Facing up to his adversary, this is his job. Expected.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So we're up and running.
Well, Xabi Alonso is the standout. He'll be looking to set the tempo and dictate the play here, Peter.
He is so integral to this team, isn't he?
Yeah, he has the quarterback influence on a team so that as soon as he gets on the ball, everyone starts making runs. He's a master passer and a beautiful manipulator of the ball.
Now it's Cruyff. Chouameni, Hullet, Pirlo, Hullet, and that interception was most necessary. Hullet, oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Played into space. He is through here. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Van Basten, and it's Xabi Alonso. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Xabi Alonso is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation, no more, no less.
Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Hullet. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Neymar. Cristiano Ronaldo. And the Sar breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Now it's Seedorf. Vieira.
Manchester United definitely like their pressing from the front.
It's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
Chouameni is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Well timed, excellent interception. Pirlo. Now it's Hazard. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. And that's been won straight back, and it's Hullet. Looking for options for movement. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
He's in a great position. Can he finish? Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Hullet has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Now it's Hullet. Hazard. Crosses it in.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Hazard. Hullet. Cristiano. And the shot! Cristiano Ronaldo! The glamour and the glory! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Milan have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Hazard going forward. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Neymar. No, he refuses to take the bait.
Milan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Looking for the run. Oh, that's a fine interception. Cristiano Ronaldo touches it back.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Passing nice and neat. Cristiano Ronaldo. Milan have got it back and they'll have another go. Xavi Alonso.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Well read, and the danger is averted. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another, and we know it's an awful long way back.
Milan can look back at a decent first half. 1-0 the score. So straight into the second half.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And this is Hullet. Tchouameni deals with that comfortably. And he cuts out the supply. And here's Cruyff. Hazard. And this is Cruyff. And that's a good ball. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Cruyff shoulders the responsibility. Not much more than a formality.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
Substitution for Manchester United.
So we have movement on both benches. It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
That's a nicely weighted pass. Shoots! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Manchester United with the corner, they're first. They've played it short. Now it's Xabi Alonso. And he's there to clear it. Back where it came from. Tries to play it through, and he was alert to it. Neymar is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. Now it's Del Piero. Great defending, strong and determined. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. And here's Seedorf. Tries to pass it through. Brilliantly cut out.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And there's green grass ahead of him. And this is Snyder! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Oh, he's done so well then. Almost the perfect link-up. There was a split second there for the perfect finish too. Shame he didn't take it.
That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
What's going wide left? Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And he's managed to get free. Cruyff has found the net here, of course. Great vision. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, he's been caught on it. Goes for a shot. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? It's a sharp pass.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end of it.
Substitution for Manchester United.
Del Piero
Number
considers his
25,
options.
This is the sort of thing he craves, a chance to make a telling impact.
Number 11, Seydorf. Number 2,
It's a fair try,
Tracy.
but just
Coming on
off
the
target.
field,
Well, he looks a little
Number
annoyed with himself,
20,
Peter, but he hit it well enough.
Number
Better look next
7,
time, maybe.
McAllister. Number
Not the best
23,
distribution from the keeper.
Roberto Carlos. Number
And this is
19,
Pele.
Van Dijk. Substitution.
McAllister. That has been cut short. Oh, this looks sharp. He's a sharp little ball here. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Now it's Pele. Bale looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Engages and forces him off the... Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, nicely intercepted. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Aimed beyond the defence. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, but it had to be.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Well, he's ended up in no man's land. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Nesta. And we're done. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way... Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're very much on the way now.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Baresi calmly anticipates. Threads one in. That's a nicely shaped ball. Ibrahimovic. Free-flowing, fluid, flexible, just some of the words that describe the genius that is Ruud Gullit, a player whose impact on the game remains so profound, so relevant today.
Yeah, you could almost say he was the very first all-action, all-athletic number 10. All those marauding runs from deep, going box to box, these weren't the sort of things expected from a playmaker back in his day.
Neymar unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Xavi Alonso. And here's Van Basten.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
He's picked his way through.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
And the shot! That's a decent clearance. And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Van Basten. And once more he proves rigid and robust. And he's picked out the run. He has a look up. Goes for a shot! And that is quite wonderful! That is a gem! An absolute gem! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
The first breakthrough.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Shot could be on. Distributed tidily. Maldini did well to stay calm there. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Neymar. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And this is Cruyff. Just eases him off the ball. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. That's really well manoeuvred. Nice bit of trickery. Tchouaméni has given away a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. And it's Seedorf. Well read, and the danger is averted. Manchester United have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really. The way they always go chasing the ball in numbers, and they can keep it up late into a game too.
Oh, well played, well played. Ibrahimovic can be a real threat inside the box. Knocks it into space. Not the most accurate pass. Real chance! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Milan are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. And this is Gullit, and he's in on goal. Oh, super ball. Nesta, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And that's another good win of the ball. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. Always onto this. And he's quick to get rid. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Nesta kept his eye on it, and he's there. Ibrahimovic. Messi. Messi! It's in! Two to the good, and they are purring. And that is all they have time for.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Milan firmly in control at the break, 2-0 the scoreline. And so the action is resumed. Now it's Xabi Alonso. Pull it. And here's Van Basten.
Decent attempt that, just a little mistimed.
Now they could break here. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now it's Neymar. Manchester United needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And he's heaved it away. Milan have it back and can go again.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
It's just beyond his reach. Vieira. Nesta promptly onto that, and that is that. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Takes a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! Irrepressible, imperious, that's what makes him what he is. That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 21.
So we have movement on both benches. A case now of complete control.
Number 21, Gullit. Number
And it's
8,
McAllister.
Xabi Alonso. Number
Taken
11,
back almost at once.
Seedorf.
Messi
Coming on
looking
the
in
field,
every way a
number
marked man at the
20.
moment.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Messi. Number 7,
Milan are, of course, in a
McAllister.
position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Roberto Carlos. Substitution.
Oh, what decent chance! And he hits the net. This day becomes absolutely perfect, utterly ideal. Truly superb, a goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently, and he picked out the perfect target.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Milan are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Oh, I think there's been a great...
And the finish! McAllister, now it's Cavani.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Pelé. Now then, the ball's come loose. McAllister trying to keep this in. Bergamy clears it away. He's going for goal! And that's wide.
Manchester United are showing good urgency, but they have to place more emphasis on service into the box.
And it's Ronaldinho. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Maldini cuts it out. Vieira. McAllister. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Ibrahimovic. That has ended up in no man's land. And it's Roberto Carlos. Messi. Cavani. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Messi is having the time of his life here. It's Snyder! Brought out the best in the keeper.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Now, who's going to be first to this? Into the last 5 minutes. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. João Cancelo. Bergomi. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. And here's the chance to counter. Now he's running away. And here's Snyder. And this is Ronaldinho.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
McAllister. 2 minutes to be added on. Manchester United are looking to break at pace. Ronaldinho is herring after that one. Maldini makes the interception. And we're done. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome.
Just a quick announcement.
Messi
Like
claiming the match ball here. He was the difference.
For your safety.
Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.